The world keeps surprising us with mysterious creatures and unidentified beasts. Some of them so bizarre, they don't even seem real. And this time, a terrifying new creature was caught by locals that no one had seen before. While you wait for that one, look at this. Ooh. Locals were terrified when they saw this mysterious creature lurking under the water. Its head emerged from the water's surface, and its appearance was really unsettling. It had a brown head with a strange bird-like beak, and its eyes were a deep black, as if they were just hollow pits. The person recording this video tried to take a closer look, but after revealing its face, the creature went back in the water. Carcass monstrosity. This man from Australia found a bone-chilling carcass at the shore. Empty eye sockets, disfigured mouth, and unusually odd skin. This creature looked like it was from our nightmares. Its tail was even creepier, because it was extremely long with sharp bones protruding from it. And although it's hard to identify this creature, one thing was clear, that it was from the ocean. And now we know what monstrosities the ocean is really hiding. Mysterious creature. Who knew boating could take such a mysterious turn? While this man was on a boat, he noticed a long, black creature swimming in the water. It was almost as thick and long as a snake, but it wasn't really a snake because there were no scales on it. Its black skin was smooth and shiny. This made the man so curious that instead of getting scared by the mysterious sea creature, he was running his hand over its smooth body. Tentacle mystery. These men were out fishing when they encountered something creepy. A black creature emerged from the water and swam towards their boat. Its face looked like a monkey, but the creature was something else entirely, because instead of normal limbs, it had tentacles. Long, slender tentacles that latched onto the side of the boat. The fishermen were terrified as he tried to get away from it, because they had never seen anything like this before. They got a brief moment of relief when they thought that the creepy creature was going to swim away, but it jumped on their boat before climbing the trees and going away. Mystery forest creature. Here's a creature so bizarre that you won't know what you're looking at. During her hiking trip, a woman noticed a creepy creature in the bushes. The creature had strange features that were hard to identify, and from the video, we can't even see its eyes or mouth clearly. What we can see is the odd white fur with strange markings covering its head. The camera zooms in on it for a clearer view, but the more we look at it, the more confusing it becomes. Vacation surprise. Watch as this woman's vacation takes a shocking turn. She just wanted to spend some time in nature, but ended up seeing this mysterious entity floating in the air. At first, it seemed as if a white bird was flying, but after zooming on it, she realized that it was not from this world. The entity was white with no definite shape. It appeared as if only the top half of its body was visible, and the lower half was flickering in and out of shape. This is why she believed she was seeing a real fairy. Frightening wild creature. This man's nighttime exploration went terribly wrong. He was traveling into a forest when he noticed something staring at him from the darkness. Amidst the dense trees was a pair of glowing eyes. The eyes looked like they belonged to a big cat, but shockingly, the creature had antlers on its head. The man could only stare at it in terror as the unknown wild creature stared back. What do you think it was? Comment below. Hybrid animal. A man was on a dark and lonely road when he saw a strange animal. The animal had the most bizarre appearance ever. It had goat-like hooves and horns, and a thick coat of brown fur on its body. The fur was so long that it was flowing behind it as it ran. The man kept driving towards it, trying to make sense of the creature. But after seeing its strange body, there can only be one explanation: that this was a new hybrid animal that no one knew even existed. Shocking cryptid. While recording the animals in the forest, the camera captured something unexpected. There was a huge black cryptid in the distance, and there was a prominent white pattern on its head that was running down the length of its body. It slowly crossed the road on its 2 legs before disappearing in the trees, and it looked like even the wild animals couldn't believe what they were seeing, because the deer and fox were frozen with shock as they watched the creature walk on 2 legs. Could this be a rare Bigfoot sighting? You decide. Sea beast. When this boatman decided to explore this river, this was the last thing he expected to see. A huge sea creature with a strange body was lurking under the water's surface, and it seemed to be feeding on a fish that was almost equal in size. And as soon as the boat got closer to it, the creature immediately left its prey and tried to swim away. He tried to get close to the mysterious creature once more, but the huge, powerful beast started thrashing around wildly, making it impossible to catch it. Alien body. Here's a video of a creature that we've never seen before. Some explorers found this in the woods, and although it wasn't alive when they found it, the remains were still fresh. The unknown creature had an alien-like face, with swollen eyelids and an odd dent on its head, and its neck and body were long and slender. The explorers didn't know how it had ended up here or what caused its demise, and after sharing this video online, they left us with even more questions about the mysterious creatures that live among us. Chernobyl mutant. After the Chernobyl incident, the site still holds many dark secrets of its own, just like this one. When a scientist went deep into the restricted zone, he captured this terrifying creature emerging from the ruins. It had a long, deformed body that looked like it was rotting, and its head looked completely unnatural because it seemed completely disfigured. Forest Goblin. A hiker came across a narrow opening under a huge tree. He curiously walked closer and looked inside, but someone was already inside. There was an unidentified life form hidden in the opening, its body so dark that it blended with the dark shadows. The creature looked like a dark goblin, and it did not dare to step out of its hiding spot. It just kept staring back at the man quietly. Formless monstrosity. This person decided to explore the woods at night. Big mistake, because on the dark and lonely road, he found a bizarre creature that he had never seen before. The strange monstrosity had a bizarre appearance. It did not have a proper form or limbs. And that's not even the scariest part, because it was clearly alive and moving without visible body parts. Flying wonder. Butterflies and moths are surely quite intriguing creatures. But these kids found something even more unique. They saw a white flying insect in the garden, huge white wings that ended in curved tips, and a pair of pointy tails. This creature had a really fascinating form. The kids surrounded the kids and stared in awe, each one trying to take a picture of the captivating flying insect. Mysterious water entity. If you think you've seen it all, then you're in for a surprise. It looked like something strange was happening to the water, and things only get more confusing with time. A long, invisible entity appeared to be moving out of the water and slithering up the grass, leaving behind a mysterious trail of the water. And no matter how hard we try to make sense of what's happening here, it still remains a mystery. Slithering monstrosity. You'll never step in water after seeing this video. The locals feared there was a monster lurking under the water, so they set up a trap for it. But the monster turned out to be much bigger than they thought. The long black creature swam towards the blue barrel, but as soon as its head got trapped inside, it started thrashing around, and that's when we can see its unusually massive body. Prehistoric creature. It's quite rare to encounter these prehistoric creatures, but this man got lucky. During his summer vacation to a lake, he found these tadpole shrimps swimming alongside him. This was a once-in-a-life moment for him, because he never thought he would see these ancient creatures. And what's even more interesting is that this ancient species lived alongside dinosaurs. Forest humanoid. This explorer wishes they had never stepped foot in this forest, and this is the reason. He saw darkness moving among the trees, and when he got curious, the dark figure started moving towards him. The creature was crawling on all fours, but its movements were too unnatural to belong to an animal. Its back was too arched. Its limbs were too thin. The man got a really unsettling feeling from the creature, so he tried to scare it away, and that's when he realized that it was a dark humanoid. Goblin mystery. Here's proof that goblins are real. While taking a stroll in the morning, this man saw a creepy goblin crawling on a huge boulder. It was pale and tiny, but absolutely terrifying. As the cameraman walked closer, the Goblin started screeching at him wickedly. Then, without warning, the angry creature jumped off the boulder and crawled away, disappearing behind the wall. And although the creature did not appear again, this video recorded the proof of its existence. Chupacabra sighting. For years, the stories of the legendary Chupacabra haunted many people. But now, this video will haunt you, because this hiker made the mistake of going too far into this forest. In these woods, he encountered a frightening creature that looked just like the famous Cryptid. It had a gray body with a long spine and a cunning face. And the scariest part is that, as the man stared at the Cryptid stared back. The man was fortunate that the Cryptid wasn't interested in him, because it quickly ran away without hurting him. Bigfoot sighting. If you think Bigfoot is not real, this will prove you wrong. A forest explorer set out into the forest with a dream of seeing a real Cryptid, and his dream came true, because he recorded the clearest video of Bigfoot. Thick black fur covered its broad and powerful body, and it was sitting by a tree peacefully. Now, many people might think these cryptids are very aggressive, but this giant Bigfoot proves us wrong, because as the man was recording it, it was not bothered by him at all. Alien carcass. Deep in an ancient forest, a hiker found something that shook him to his core. He saw a carcass of a strange alien creature. The body was really old, with fungi growing out of its skull, and there was no flesh or skin on it. But that's not even the creepiest thing. The creature had a terrifying structure, because its face looked like it belonged to a human, but there were long, animal-like ears on its head. It also looked like someone had thrown tree branches on its body, as if to hide it. Sea monster. This lake in Canada is hiding something dark and mysterious. Locals claim they saw something strange moving underneath the water's surface, and when this camera caught the truth, they were even more terrified. An extremely long sea monster was slithering in the water. Its body was outside just enough so the people could be aware of its beastly presence, but it did not reveal more of its body. No one could see the actual size of the beast or what it really was. But one thing was clear. that this lake was now home to this mysterious underwater beast. Unknown cryptid. A man could hear strange noises coming from his backyard, so he decided to check it out. When he walked outside, he saw something move in the darkness. A massive creature was trying to hide behind white structure, but the man kept shining his flashlight on it. The creature is not very clear in the video, but we can still see its face, which was absolutely terrifying. It seemed to have the face of a goat, and the rest of its body was unusually big and hairy. As soon as the man spotted it, the creature ran away at lightning speed, disappearing into the darkness. Do you think this could have been a new kind of cryptid? Tropical beast. Tropical rainforests are famous for their unique animals. But it looks like these forests are home to terrifying beasts as well, because when this traversed deep into this rainforest, he encountered the most terrifying beast he had ever seen. The monster was massive in size. Its body looked powerful with huge sharp spikes running down its spine. The creature's head was so huge that it was as big as the rest of its body. The video is quite shaky because it was shot from a great distance, but it shows that maybe Godzilla was inspired by this rare creature. Loch Ness Monster. For years, stories of the Loch Ness Monster have haunted people, making them fear the depths of the water. But what if these stories were not fiction at all? Because what this camera captured might be a real Loch Ness Monster. It was slowly swimming in the water, half of its body hidden below the water's surface. It was slithering like a snake, its powerful tail swaying from side to side, and it had a long neck that could only belong to the legendary creature. Floating sea creature. Locals were terrified when they saw this creature floating near their village. It had a huge black head that looked like a giant ball, and its lower body looked absolutely bizarre, because instead of normal limbs, it had an unusually long tail floating behind it. The people around tried to get rid of it. They grabbed a long stick and slammed it down hard on its tail. But the creature did not even react to it, as if it was too strong to be bothered by the wooden stick. Cryptid staredown. This man was out in the unexplored area of these woods. He walked deeper and deeper into it, looking for something exciting. But little did he know, something else was already looking at him. There was a huge cryptid hiding among the woods, and it was peeking at him, as if he knew that the man was looking for it. The cryptid was as tall as a human, as it had black fur on its entire body. For a few moments, the man and the creature stared at each other without breaking eye contact. Then the cryptid moved without warning and hid behind the tree. That's when the man turned to run away from it. Massive sea carcass. On a seemingly normal day, this giant carcass of an unknown creature washed up in Indonesia. The carcass was so massive that it appeared to be bigger than the trees. It had a long spine that ended in a huge tail, and there were thick flaps on its sides. Surprisingly, there were no signs of damage on its body, which is why no one knew how it had ended up here. The residents were shocked because they had never seen a creature of this size in these waters, which could only mean one thing, that this carcass had come from somewhere far away. Fishing nightmare. This fisherman found an unsettling sea creature while fishing. He thought it was going to be just a normal fishing day, until he noticed the huge creature in the water. He immediately threw his bait in the water, hoping to catch it. But as soon as he pulled the creature closer, he wanted to get away from it. Because it looked terrifying. The creature had a strong, thick body, but its face was what caught his attention. Its shape was like a crocodile, but the eyes weren't normal at all. They seemed to be swollen shut, and its mouth ended in a strange upward curve, as if it was deformed. The man did not want to catch this deformed creature, so he pushed it away from the boat. Most frightening creature of the day. A dark creature was living in Chile, and we just came to know about it. Some people spotted a monstrous creature swimming in the river of Lago Ranco, which is a small town in Chile. From what we see in the footage, the water beast was almost as long as a boat, and it was slithering like a snake. However, its head neither looked like a reptile nor a snake, which is why locals were so confused by its appearance. This footage even made it to the local news. And after seeing it, people started to associate this beast to different mythical creatures, and not just one in particular. But even after so much speculation, the truth about this snake-like beast still remains unknown.